It's exquisite, unexpected visual energy, style, symbolism, bold, striking, complicated, weird, bizarre, flat, lifeless, or terrible. Stop doing that. 2025 is coming to a close, so it's time to take a look at what was released this year and bring you my top 5 best and worst movie posters of 2025. Number 5 of the best, The Naked Gun.
Please, squad.
I would say it's pretty rare for a movie poster to actually make me laugh, but these posters for The Naked Gun are so hilarious, I wish I had a physical collection of all of them. We've got some dad-level humor, cheesy puns, jokes, but my absolute favorite is this one that actually pokes fun at AI usage in movie poster design. Neeson's steely-eyed stare really sells it. Seeing this film in the theater was a true joy. I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard in a movie theater. I think these posters really reflect that experience well, with an unflinching commitment to the joke. My favorite here was designed by Concept Arts, with photography by Brian Bowen Smith. I wonder if they actually used AI in the creation of this poster that makes fun of the usage of AI in the creation of movie posters.
That was awesome.
Speaking of AI, number 5 of the worst, the Fantastic Four teaser posters. Now, I made a whole separate video about these, but to sum it up, Marvel released a few teaser poster images, and an online debate began about whether or not they contained AI-generated stuff. There were some telltale signs, but there's always a chance it was just lazy Photoshop work rather than a prompt. Now that the film has been released, we can see that these people were indeed real, but that doesn't explain why these posters look so terrible, why there are so many repeating faces and odd staging. There were a number of news articles about this, so I'm sure someone got an earful and Marvel learned their lesson.
I'm sorry, we don't have a prepared statement.
These ended up being just a few images in a massive marketing campaign full of otherwise decent posters.
Nice. I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
Number 4 of the best, Him. Sadly, I wouldn't call this a great movie. It has a lot of amazing visual energy, style, and symbolism, but it didn't narratively come together for me. But these posters are a great representation of what the movie does well, introducing eerie imagery, regardless of its meaning. The teaser poster is so striking with this bleeding football on display. It really made me curious what this movie was gonna be, and that Jordan Peele credit sealed the deal. Then this one sheet came out featuring haunting cheerleaders and a lot of blood. This feels like a surrealist work of daylight horror, and I love it. I only wish the movie matched the strength of these visuals. These posters were created by design firm Lindemann & Associates, with photography by Cullin Tobin. Number 4 the worst, Mickey 17. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was zany and dense and all good things. And it's the type of film that I like revisiting, with more details revealed during the rewatch. But I found these posters, both the teaser and the main one sheet, to be visually busy and kind of lifeless. I don't envy anyone having to sum up a satire like this on a poster, but these duplicated Robert Pattinsons with X's over their eyes feels almost lazy, and this repeating pattern and desaturated look is just plain ugly. The movie has a grand scope, but I don't get anything like that from these. I think this film might be a future cult classic, but not on account of these posters.
All right, enough.
Number 3 of the best, Superman. James Gunn's new DC Universe debut was full of heart and humor. I really enjoyed the places the film took me, with my favorite scene being a simple living room argument between Lois and Clark about the potential costs of always doing the right thing.
You think this is going well?
I think I'm doing a good job.
This teaser poster got me really excited for the film. I felt like it embraced a visual change from the dreary, desaturated tones of the Snyderverse. And that's coming from someone who liked Man of Steel. This composition is so vivid and intense, you really sense the grandeur. This teaser poster was designed by Works ADV with photography by Frank Ockenfels. I'm sure this poster is currently up on many walls. I would say it earned that spot.
Oh, that's beautiful. But none of this matters, you patronizing clown.
Number 3 of the worst, Snow White. Is Gal Gadot actually looking at us or looking past us? I can't tell. And where the is the rest of her? This whole composition feels so awkward, filled with light blends that don't really work and weird character staging. Gadot kind of looks like a giant bat flapping her wings, which you won't be able to unsee now that I've pointed it out to you. I really don't understand the need for these endless Disney live-action remakes.
What do you want?
Well, I want money, Jack.
I haven't seen this one, I haven't seen most of the others, and I doubt I'll see any in the future. Come up with something new.
I wish that I had some loftier purpose, but I'm afraid in the end it's just the money, Jack.
Number 2 of the best, Bugonia. Am I pronouncing that right? Bugonia? Bugonia? This year brought another stunning work from Vasilis Marmatakis, the artist responsible for all the posters for director Yorgos Lanthimos' films. To be honest, I was 100% with Bugonia right up until that ending, which I felt like undermined the rest of it. But that's my take.
I think that we maybe got off on the wrong foot.
There's so much here that intrigues me, which is why I had to see the film. That's the sign of a great poster, when you're forced to go see the movie no matter what, just on the strength of this image of a half-submerged, bald and wide-eyed Emma Stone staring upward. The colors of the honey against her skin make this all feel so wrong in just the right ways. The typography of this film's title is ballsy as hell. I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 2 of the worst. One battle after another? Really? Seriously? So 2 years ago, we had Killers of the Flower Moon, a somber sepia tone poster with a huge floating head of DiCaprio's character. And this year, we have One Battle After Another, with its own somber sepia tone poster with a huge floating head of DiCaprio's character. This movie is so good. The cinematography, the acting, the score, the editing. I was lucky enough to see this in 70mm VistaVision. My eyes glued to the screen for the entire runtime. What an experience. This is a future classic. Dare I say, a masterpiece. I'm betting Best Picture. Easily. In comparison, this entire marketing campaign is flat, lifeless, and boring. This main one sheet is the best of the bunch, and I would describe it as instantly forgettable. Some of the other posters are, how did you get this job levels of bad, in my opinion. Who knows the situations behind the scenes of these, but this is not great. Come on, guys. Okay, before we get to our number 1 spot, it's time for some honorable mentions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I dug this Tron poster. It's weird that I'm kind of glad that Tron Ares is yet another Tron movie with middling reviews and disappointing box office. It's a tradition. These movies never make money. They filmed some of it on my street and crashed a giant recognizer on the intersection I cross when I get my groceries. I like the posters for Eddington, for Companion, and Warfare. And the posters for the John Wick franchise go so hard that even this behind-the-scenes documentary has a better poster than most theatrical releases. Damn, look at that. Ballerina really carried this along nicely.
Yeah.
Despite being a bizarre mess of a movie, the poster for this Marvel outing had some cool character staging, I thought. And this image from Together straight up haunted my soul. And now we've come to a new segment I want to introduce called Stop Doing That. When you have nothing else to show, so you just add a bunch of sparks to your design. Stop doing that. When your horror movie isn't that great, so you spoof a better, more well-known horror movie's poster. Stop doing that. When you decide to place a magic eye hidden image on your poster above the title of the movie, and the secret hidden image turns out to be the title of the movie.
A crummy commercial?
Holy shit, stop doing that. When you have 2 or 3 people on a poster and place their names above them, but don't have the correct name above each person, stop doing that. Seriously, why is this so frequently done? I get it that certain performers get top billing, and top billing means top left, but why not also put them on the left of the poster? Margot Robbie is in this movie. Oh, wait, that's definitely not Margot Robbie. Dakota Johnson is looking really different these days, and whoa, what the happened to Kate Beckinsale? If there's some sort of market research that claims, oh, it's actually different and more intriguing to have the wrong name above the actors, I don't care. It's wrong. Stop doing this. I'm begging you. Look, your whole industry is dying. Maybe try something new. Look, see how easy it is, dipshits? Magic.
AI is coming for all of you.
Whoa, okay. Apologies, that got personal, and I'm sorry. Whew. It's time for my number 1 favorite poster of the year, the Frankenstein IMAX poster. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is a Netflix movie, but it did manage to get theatrical distribution in a few theaters. The thumbnails and main posters are fine, I would say, somewhat middle of the road. They don't fully reflect the attention to detail that's in the movie itself, but they're fine. And then we have the IMAX poster from artist James Jean. These were given out as part of the IMAX screenings. The collage of scenes, characters, and objects from the film feels like a lucid dream. The colors burst, elevating each other, knocking you out with their vibrancy. These fine, relentless details are overwhelming. And then there's the lucky few that got the deluxe embossed version of this poster, hand-numbered with several signed by Del Toro himself. On James Jean's website, he states, "When Guillermo del Toro asked me to create the poster for Frankenstein, I could not have been more honored. He talked about how the film was the pinnacle of everything he had wanted to achieve, and I wanted to make something worthy of his masterpiece." Well, I would say that this poster is indeed worthy. It's exquisite, from the artistry to the composition to the typography. It's my favorite of the year.
I have chosen.
It is finished. Assembled from refuse and the discarded dead.
And now we've come to my worst poster of the year, Final Destination: Bloodlines. This movie was so much fun. It's darkly funny. It certainly helped that it was shot in my home city with plenty of well-known landmarks on display, really embracing this ridiculous premise and actually using it well. It's unexpected and bold, which are not words I would use to describe its main one sheet. A skull. A big old exploding skull. Okay, there's another poster for it's another skull. Skull. Skull, 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 skull. Some of these are more creative than others, but come on. There are so many interesting visuals in this movie you could have drawn from. But instead, we get this generic haunted house nonsense. A skull with its mouth open. Ooh. You can tell the marketing team didn't have a lot of faith in their cast of unknowns because none of them appear on a single poster.
Like and subscribe on all the things.
So those are my best and worst of the year. But what about you? What do you think of these posters? What did I miss? What did I get wrong? And more importantly, what did I get right? Like most humans, I thrive on praise. Let me know down in those comments and subscribe. For more content in the future that's sure to entice your free-moving eyeballs and honey-soaked ears. Collecting movie posters is very cool. Right?
Truck right here, but it's such a beautiful truck.
Stop, don't touch it. Eric, this way. Stop.
Oh, Eric's tempting death again. What's gonna happen? What?
Stop doing that.
Gonna
Stop.
happen? Nothing at all.
Please just
How about that?